We're back here on Yaffe Live, Talk Radio 102.3. We are making radio great again. The golden age of radio is back here on the Talk Monster. Now we got a bunch of people weighing in on the Text Monster. You can weigh in as well, 423-267-1023. We were talking about the earthquake a little bit earlier. Maybe it was the Talk Monster was up. The text, yeah. He was up. That's what it was. It wasn't an earthquake. It was just up and ready.
Kind of stomping around.
Yeah, you know. One person said they felt the earthquake in Sequatchie Valley. So there you go. Someone listening there. Another person was commenting, because we were talking about Hamilton County Sheriff. They're doing their job.
Yeah.
In Nashville, they're not doing their job. We heard about that last week. Well, someone texted in and said the idiot mayor in Nashville should be put in jail for violating state laws by restricted his appointed police chief to do their sworn duties. It's probably not going to happen, but yes, he should at least be helping with ICE. All right, we have more headlines to get to. Let's do it right now. The Tennessee Bullet Points.
The Tennessee Bullet Points, the top headlines from around the volunteer state.
Sponsored by the Tennessee Conservative. They're the volunteer state's largest conservative news source. Number 4 today, a record 948,000 Tennesseans will travel domestically for Memorial Day. That's right. AAA projects a record-breaking 45.1 million Americans will travel over the Memorial Day weekend, with 39.4 million opting for road trips. Now, gas prices are lower this year. Some good news as well, making driving more affordable. Air travel, though, is on the rise, with 3.61 million passengers expected to fly. Now, other modes of transportation, such as trains, buses, and cruises, are seeing an 8.5% increase in travelers. That's compared to last year. Now, overall, Americans are eager to take advantage of the long weekend to spend time with loved ones, even if the trips are closer to home. I can tell you one thing, I'm not going anywhere, man. I don't want to know.
Same here.
I don't want to deal with any of this.
Don't want to be in the mess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Take you 3 days to get back 75 and 24 if you're going to Florida.
Yeah, I'd rather stay home and maybe watch some documentaries or some war movies or something. That seems like a better way to do it. Number 3 today, we had a real serious situation on I-75 yesterday. I don't know if you saw
really
this.
Bad. Multiple fatalities. Yeah.
Fortunately, several fatalities happened after a crash with 7 to 8 vehicles on I-75. Now, this is according to East Ridge Police Department. Emergency crews in Chattanooga responded to a crash on I-75 involving multiple vehicles and a tractor trailer. Now, the crash, which occurred just before 5:30 p.m., involved 6 passenger vehicles and resulted in 2 vehicles catching fire. That is a scary situation. Now, multiple people had to be extracted and hospitalized as a result of the crash. Northbound lanes of I-75 were closed for several hours, as you would suspect, as authorities investigated the cause of the crash. The investigation, of course, is ongoing, and information about the victims' names and conditions has not been released as of yet. So, it's a scary situation there.
I saw a post earlier where they may charge the driver that caused that accident.
Was it the truck driver that caused it?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I've had a couple situations on I-75 where truck drivers are, they're not paying attention.
Well, and that's apparently what this guy was doing. He hit him in the rear, I believe.
Ooh, jeez.
65-year-old man.
Wow.
But he's got some felonies he's going to be looking at if they decide to charge him.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. I mean, just a horrific situation. Number 2 today, Governor Lee apparently signed a bill opening up schools to lawsuits for using trans students' preferred names or pronouns. That's right, Tennessee Governor Bill Lee signed a bill into law that protects educators who misgender transgender students, staff, or others in their school district. The law could lead to lawsuits against schools that use students' preferred names or pronouns, requiring educators to misgender transgender students, which is kind of to say misgender. Actually, it's the opposite of that. It's using their right gender. The bill, introduced by Representative Mark Cochran, aims to safeguard individuals from disciplinary actions for not using preferred names or pronouns. But of course, critics, including Democratic lawmakers, argue that the law promotes discrimination and hinders efforts to address more pressing issues in the state. Now, the legislation also restricts higher education institutions from disciplining individuals who refuse to provide their preferred pronouns and names, further fueling debate over the impact on transgender students and educators. I mean, the main reason why we had to have a bill like this is because, obviously there are times you're going to either not do it right or we just can't play into the game, but it's sad. It's sad that our culture got this kind of messed up on this issue that we had to pass bills like this.
You should have heard what they called me in high school.
Oh, yeah. I believe it. I don't think
teachers,
it was...
my teachers called I thought my first name was Damn It. Damn it, Max.
Yeah, but they didn't get your gender wrong. That's...
No, they didn't get the gender wrong, but I was confused.
All right. In number one today, there's a new report out that apparently reveals that 44% of Tennessee households struggle to afford basic needs. Now, it sounds a little high to me, I know with inflation, it's gotten pretty tough, though. A recent report by United Way of Southeast Louisiana and United Alice reveals that over 3/4 of single mothers are having trouble finding, being able to pay basic needs. So there you go. I mean, it's kind of a sad situation there looking at inflation.
I wonder if the single dads are paying for their children.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So many deadbeats out there.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good point. Speaking of the economy and inflation, in the next segment, we are going to talk a little bit about Trump's new executive order on prescription drug prices, a potential deal with China, the good and bad of that. There's a lot of breaking news nationally and internationally over the past couple of days and the past few hours, actually, that we'll get into in the next segment. By the way, this segment of the program is brought to you by my good friends at TennesseeConservativeNews.com. If you go to the website, TennesseeConservativeNews.com, now at the top, you can see they have the latest state news, which they're the best when it comes to state news and state politics. But they have a national news as well, if you want to keep up with that. They also have a lot of op-eds, opinion pieces, and a little bit of humor as well, some cartoons for you. Now they have videos, and the latest podcast that I did with Brandon Lewis last week, that's up on the website as well. That's always up there, TennesseeConservativeNews.com. And you can subscribe to the site absolutely free, so it doesn't just show up when you go to the site, but it'll show up on your email inbox every day. So if you want to keep up with the latest stuff that's going on in Tennessee, TennesseeConservativeNews.com is the best place to do it. Go today, subscribe, follow them on social media. When you do, let them know Yaffe was the one who sent you. We'll be back in a moment on Yaffe Live.